What up, y'all? Happy New Year's to everybody, man. Hope y'all had a good, y'all kicked it. I hope y'all still got some ammunition left because you never know when you might need that shit. I know niggas was shooting for the stars, but I hope you got something left. Save something for a rainy day. With that being said, man, everybody, you can get your duck sauce hoodies, man, on www.therealmortaltv.com. I got to put it in the description too, by the way. But yeah, man, we got your duck sauce hoodie. I gotta get a couple orders out today. With this video, I want to talk about Jaron Ennis, man. I've been seeing some things, man. I feel like I want to talk about it. So, Jaron Ennis getting ready for this weekend, man. He looking good. He looking sharp in camp. He look like he about to beat something. He like he about to knock something out. You know what I'm saying? And Jaron Ennis is actually one of my top 5 fighters in the sport right now. Not pound for pound. Fuck all that pound for pound talk. That shit made up. I don't give a fuck about that shit, to be honest. I just got my favorite guys, and I rock with them niggas. Other than that, fuck the... fuck all that other shit these niggas trying to talk about. Pound for pound, top 10 and all that shit. I thought about making me a list, but I don't really care too much about it, to be honest. But anyways, Jaron Ennis, leading up to this fight, he been talking a lot about Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, man. He gunning for him. And I like that energy. That's the only energy I'm supporting in 2023, is that type of energy. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got that type of shit in you, and you stuttering, you know what I'm saying, and beating around a bush, you ducking, I ain't fucking with you, we on your fucking bumper, we wearing the duck sauce hoodies just for your ass. You know what I'm saying? Because this ain't just Bud with the duck sauce. He just spilled and gave away a whole bunch of duck sauce to everybody else too. So anybody else, we on y'all ass all 2023. I don't give a fuck. Jaron Ennis, man, he a beast, bro. But I think Errol Spence would give him a shot before Terence Crawford would. You know what I'm saying? That's just my honest opinion. Terence Crawford or anybody else, including Keith Thurman, goddamn Danny Garcia, because Danny's still fighting. I don't give a fuck that they both from Philly. Shit, who else? Anybody else around. And another thing, I would like to see Jaron Ennis shit. If we gonna be realistic about this shit, man, Jaron not gonna get a shot with Errol Spence until like 154. You know what I'm saying? If I'm just keeping it 100, you know. Because we actually pay attention to the sport, so we know this. You know what I'm saying? I want to say for a fact, but, my name missing no sources, so anything can happen in boxing, But the way I see it, he ain't going to get no shot with Errol Spence to 154. But I still believe Errol Spence is the one that will give him a shot before anybody else. Because think about Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman ain't into giving niggas shots. And he already showed us that with Errol Spence, you know what I'm saying? He ain't really giving shots. You know what I'm saying? He taking shots, you know what I'm saying, at the casino. And yeah, that's the only shot he doing. You heard, he probably shot on New Year's. You know what I'm saying? Celebrate. He probably went outside in the backyard just like all the other niggas and squeezed in the air. That's the only shot he giving. Other than that, he ain't giving no shot to no fucking Jaron Ennis, bro. It ain't happening. That shit would have to be mandated or something like that, or whatever. Errol Spence called. He's the only guy who actually called Jaron Ennis. Called this nigga on FaceTime. No cap. A lot of these niggas ain't got that in them. You know what I'm saying? He actually called him on FaceTime. To me, that shows a level of respect. He wasn't trying to little boy him. Because when you try to little boy somebody, you would do something like how Keith Thurman be doing. Keith Thurman be like, I don't know who that is. Who's Jaron Bruce Ennis? Everybody in the fucking world seen this nigga. Except for him. You heard me? So he like, shit, I don't know who that is. Who is Jaron Ennis? I haven't heard of him yet. type shit. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence called him on FaceTime like, yeah, you gonna get your shot. And I actually believe that shit. Errol Spence will give him his shot. It just ain't time yet. Earl ain't ducking Jaron Ennis. He'll give him his shot before Terence Crawford would. Guess why? Because Terence Crawford like fighting tune-ups, and he eat a lot of fish with duck sauce. He like duck sauce on everything, so he ain't really trying to give Jaron Ennis no shot, man. Jaron Ennis, man, he a dog, man. I mean, we can see that shit, but I would also like to hear Jaron Ennis fight Staniosis versus Virgil Ortiz winner. This shit line up perfectly. Them niggas fight. Well, this weekend, I think, right? They fight, so I think it would be perfect if Jaron Ennis fought the winner of them, right? Boom. Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. Boom. April. Jaron Ennis, Staniosis come back, what, May? You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. I don't know. You know, come back in a few months since they fighting this month. So, what's that? February, March, April, May. That 4 months. That's perfect. Boom. Fight the winner of them. Then you actually got, you know what I'm saying? Instead of just, I want Earl, you know. I like that shit. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying, like, in the meantime, it will knock this motherfucker out. I know they want to try to build up Virgil Ortiz and Jaron Ennis. Fuck all that. Get them niggas in the ring. And I think it'd be perfect for one of them to be calling out Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. I think that sound a little better because, you know, it almost sounds like a far reach at the moment because it's like, yeah, you got some hype for sure. For sure. But they busy right now. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna be honest about this shit, man. Ain't nobody ducking except for Bud. But, you know, Earl ain't ducking Boots. Shit, they gonna fight at 154. Errol Spence growing out of 147. He only got about another fight in him before he dipped in. And why not make that fight count? You know what I'm saying? We're getting the other belt, some shit like that, right? Boom. He get the belt, going to 154. He growing out the division. I'm looking at Jaron Ennis. I've been watching that nigga. He big as fuck. All in the neck area, the head big as hell. He big. He big for 147. He just younger, so he's making it easier than what Earl is making it because he's younger. But he might be bigger than Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? He might be bigger than him. He's supposed to be at 154 too. So both of them fighting at 154 would be a better fight. Because, like, for health reasons and making weight, and that's the weight class they're supposed to be at. So it would be actually a better class at 154 for both of them. That's how I see it. But that's what I got, man. I think Errol Spence will give Jaron Ennis a shot way before Terence Crawford would. But in the meantime, I would like to see Jaron Ennis fight the winner of Staniosis and Virgil Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep him, you know, just to get a solid opponent. You know what I'm saying? It just sound right to me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no matchmaker or no shit like that. But you know, I've been following sport for a long ass time, nice long time. So I know this shit would be better, but it's hard to say it would actually happen because Jaron Ennis, actually he not even signed to Al Hammond, so yeah, they could actually do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Jaron Ennis the type of nigga, I think he had a 3-fight deal with Showtime, but that shit might be over with. Shit. And not only that, put it like this. I just thought of something too. If Tank versus Ryan fighting, Oscar De La Hoya was able to make that happen, right? As long as Tank get past Hector, boom. Jaron Ennis already fighting on the undercard right now. Put him and Virgil Ortiz on the undercard of that. Shit. Even though they can be a main event themselves, but I'm just saying, that shit gonna be so big. You know what I'm saying? So I think that'd be perfect. You know, any which way you slice this shit, man. Jaron Ennis I think he should fight another fight. He ain't got no choice for real, but I think his other fight should be a pretty good fight. Try to go after Virgil and Staniosis, and then continue to chase after this Bud and Earl shit. And I think that that'll be solid. Other than that, man, that's just my thoughts and opinions on the situation, man. I see Jaron Ennis interviews, him and Bozy Ennis interviews. They saying, yeah, I see all this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm rocking with it. I don't never look at nobody like, hey, you shouldn't be calling this person out. That's the energy we want to see. You know what I'm saying? The competitive nature. If you ain't got that, you ain't got shit. And it is what it is. Y'all hit that like button. Get your duck sauce merch, man. www.therealmortaltv.com, man. Go get your t-shirt or hoodies, and I'm out, y'all. Deuces.